There are experiences so overwhelming, your system cannot survive remembering them. So it doesn't. It erases the scenes, it blanks out the years, and it leaves you silence where a childhood should be. But nothing is actually gone. The body remembers. The nervous system remembers. Your patterns remember. And the parts of you that couldn't cope are still waiting where the lightning originally struck. It's Buttercup. I'm the core wounds girl. And this is where we go deeper into what really happens when a core wound is formed. I don't remember my childhood really at all. Not pieces, not flashes, nothing. And for most of my life, I didn't think that was strange. I didn't particularly pay attention, or maybe I didn't know other people remembered their childhoods. I assumed this was normal. But I always knew I'd been a very unhappy child. That lived in my body. I felt different. I felt separate. I felt quietly ashamed. I was obsessed with my weight. I was constantly dieting. I was punishing myself around food. But my mother was bulimic. She suffered with the eating disorder. So it all seemed in a strange way normal, disordered, but normal. If she felt I gained weight, she would shame me publicly and she would punish me in front of others. I grew up believing my body was wrong, that I was wrong. And as I became a woman, I noticed something else. When I was intimate with a man, I would leave my body. I would disappear. I didn't think that was abnormal. I thought that was just what happened. You cope. You adapt. You survive. Years later, I attended an advanced healing retreat. And by then, I'd spent decades in deep spiritual work, shadow work, inner child work, karmic study, plant medicine journeys, embodiment practices. I was already an advanced healer. I was an advanced yogi. And still, something was blocked, and I knew it. During a very deep process, a voice came through me, not from my adult mind, from somewhere much younger, from my inner child. And I heard the voice crying through me, "Don't do that, Daddy. You're hurting me, Daddy. I don't want a bad daddy. I want a good daddy." I came out of the session shaking, tears pouring down my cheeks. And I looked at the retreat leader and I remember saying, "Please tell me that didn't happen. He didn't analyze. He didn't explain. He just hugged me and said, "Come on." And in that moment, I knew the memories of years of incestuous rape began flooding back, because I was ready, because I finally had the tools to process them. And thank goodness I did, because truly no one wanted to talk to me about it. Suddenly, my entire life made sense. The shame, the self-hatred, my battle with bulimia, the eating disorder. For me, the bulimia wasn't about weight so much. It was about trying to purge the darkness. I felt trapped inside my body. I felt the darkness inside my body. Now, I was an advanced yogi. I was deeply body aware, and I could feel it, the density. I could feel the violation. I could feel the shame stored in my bones, in my blood, in my tissues. My mind had forgotten, but my body remembered. My nervous system remembered. My patterns remembered. Here's the first teaching. Trauma often erases memory. The mind forgets what the nervous system cannot survive. Not weakness. This is protection. Now, most people expect trauma to be a clear story. But childhood trauma, especially when it involves caregivers, often removes the narrative. Survival comes first. Here's the second teaching. If you cannot remember the event, you still live the imprint. It shows up as patterns, behavioral patterns. Maybe it's drinking too much, perhaps it's binge eating or overworking, maybe it's numbing out. Self-sabotage, you can see, these are the behavioral patterns. Fewer people notice the underlying protective strategies. And that can be avoiding intimacy, can be controlling everything, overgiving, people-pleasing. Maybe it's emotional shutdown. But no one actually sees the core wounds that lie underneath the protective strategies. These live deep in the subconscious. And the subconscious runs about 95% of your operating system. So your wounds are making choices for you all day, every day, without you even knowing. They decide who you're drawn to. They decide what feels safe, what feels familiar. They decide what you tolerate and how you react, how you protect. You think you're choosing, but it's actually the wound that is steering. And that's why willpower is not enough. Mindset is not enough. Surface change does not last. This is the work I do. I help you uncover the wound you cannot see on your own. Here's the third teaching. The wound feels hidden, you can't see it. But what's truly hidden is a fragmented piece of the soul which carries the unfelt experience. Early in life, usually between birth and about 7 years old, something overwhelms the nervous system of a child. The feelings are too big for the child to experience it, or there's no adult to help them process it, or the adults don't allow them to process it, which is very common. So the emotional experience cannot complete. And this is the lightning strike, what I call the original incident. And it hits like lightning to the soul. The strike ignites a fire. The fire becomes the wound, and it's constantly burning beneath the surface of your life. And a part of you remains inside that moment, frozen, waiting, carrying what could not be felt. The adult self grows up. The adult self builds an identity. The adult self learns to cope. But a younger part remains inside the storm. That's fragmentation. It's not metaphor. It's not poetry, it's reality. And beyond the wound is that fragmented soul piece, hidden in another dimension, outside ordinary awareness, holding the experience that was too much to feel way back then. You cannot find that fragment by thinking harder or by journaling more or by trying to be more disciplined. The fragment exists beyond the thinking mind. That's why this work requires guidance, and that's what I do. I guide you safely and very precisely into these subtle realms of consciousness. I guide you through shamanic soul retrieval journeys so the lost part can return and so that wholeness can be restored. You didn't imagine your pain. You didn't fail your healing. You survived the lightning and you learned how to live with the fire. Now you're learning how to extinguish it. If this resonates, make sure to watch the next video in this series, which is about how the abandonment wound turns into control patterns and why we try to control everything in order to feel safe. And if you're ready to heal your wounds at the root, join the full course, which I've linked below this video. Also linked below, I've included a free guided initiation to help you begin healing your core wounds right now. Healing wounds changes everything.